'Tis the season for perfect fall weather and lots of excuses to get together. Happy hour is my favorite time of day, and I've got a fall menu that you're gonna love, starting with the perfect cocktail. I have created the perfect cocktail, a fall Moscow Mule, using Titos handmade vodka, of course, and I'm gonna start by making a ginger simple syrup. I've got a big piece of ginger, I've washed it, and now I'm just gonna cut it. You don't have to peel it. I'm just gonna chop it up, and I'll just add this straight to my saucepan. Simple syrups are super easy to make. We're just gonna start with equal parts sugar and water. So I've got a cup of both. I'm gonna get that going and throw in that ginger. Ginger beer is a classic ingredient in a Moscow Mule, so I'm going to use a ginger syrup and sparkling apple cider instead. See where I'm going? We're just gonna bring this to a simmer and stir it until all the sugar is dissolved. Added bonus, this is gonna make your house smell really good. Once our syrup is nice and infused with our ginger, we're going to strain the ginger out and then let it cool completely before making our drinks. Of course, I've got one that I made for you earlier, ready to go. You can make this drink one at a time, but if you're having a party, I like to go ahead and make a big batch of it. We're gonna start with about a quarter cup of our ginger syrup, about 3/4 cup of lime juice, freshly squeezed. Now for the good stuff. I can tell you 1,000 out of 1,000 times, if you come to my house, Tito's is on the counter, ready for you. I like to be able to taste the vodka in my cocktails, so about a cup of Tito's going in. This makes me happy. And because we need a little effervescence in a Moscow Mule, I'm going in with some sparkling cider and pour over ice. You know I gotta have one before the party starts. Dang, that's good. You get that fall spicy flavor from that sparkling cider. It's just good. I'll set this aside and get started on the food. When it comes to the menu, first of all, I always like to include something cheesy. Whether it's a dip, a spread, or a sandwich, it's an easy crowd pleaser and because cheese. This recipe is fall inspired. It is a baked brie with caramelized apples and praline bacon. It sounds fancy, but super easy to make, and this recipe has 5 stars, so you should give it a try. We're gonna start with some chopped pecans. I'm gonna stir in some brown sugar, a little chili powder, salt, and pepper. Give it a mix and then place it on top of our bacon strips. While the bacon cooks, I'm making some maple caramelized apples. This is so easy. Start with a little butter, let that get good and melty, and then we'll add in our apples. Give them a little sprinkle of cinnamon. Smells like fall, y'all. Once your apples are nice and caramelized, we're gonna stir in some maple syrup and just let it cook down till the apples are nice and soft. Gonna give that bacon a good chop. I can already see all the perfect bite opportunities. We gave our brie a head start in the oven for about 5 minutes. Now I'm gonna top it with our apples and bacon and put it back in the oven. Back in the oven for about 5 minutes till everything gets hot and gooey inside. Oh, this is gonna be good. This goes straight onto a serving platter and let the guests serve themselves. And then for the final zhuzh of sweet and savory, I'm gonna add a little sprinkle of rosemary and sea salt. This is definitely a showstopper recipe that your friends aren't gonna believe how easy it is to make. The definition of a perfect bite. That is good. This party has begun, y'all. Most of the time, happy hour just accidentally turns into dinner because no one wants the party to end. So I always like to include something hearty on the menu. I'm making Rosemary-ranch chicken kabobs. These are so easy to make and they're a little more substantial, so they'll keep everybody happy. I'm starting with just boneless, skinless chicken breast that I've cut into 1-inch cubes, stirring in some bottled ranch dressing, a little Worcestershire, some olive oil, a little lemon juice, a little bit of sugar to balance out the salty, vinegar, rosemary, and a little salt and pepper. Oh, that smells good. This is something you could easily do the morning of and then just skewer them up right before you grill them. Then just cover and refrigerate for at least half an hour. Now that our chicken has absorbed all that flavor, we're just gonna thread them onto some skewers. You could do these as a dinner portion on larger skewers. This is a happy hour party, so I'm just doing about 3 pieces on each skewer. Give everyone a little nibble. All right, time to head to the grill. You can do this indoors or outdoors, whatever's easiest. How good do these look? Y'all, these are so tender and juicy and full of flavor. You don't even need to serve it with any kind of dip. Little nuggets of perfect bites on a stick. Dang. This has so much flavor. I think chicken is underrated. Finally, I'm making some kicked up olives. Olives just make your cocktails taste better. It's a fact. Another 5-star recipe from Allrecipes. Let me show you just how easy it is to make and how I kick them up. I'm gonna start with some mixed olives. To that, I will add some garlic, some crushed red pepper, a little balsamic vinegar, and then you wanna take the peel and the juice of an orange or a tangerine. I'm using olives with pits in them, so make sure your guests are mindful of that. This is a bonus at your party. It's gonna make your guests think you went the extra mile. And then I just top it with some slices of onion, a couple sprigs of rosemary, a good drizzle of olive oil, and a sprinkle of some fennel seeds. I'm gonna cover these and cook them in a low oven. All those aromatics and flavors are gonna infuse into the olives. It's gonna be the perfect addition to your cocktail hour. Oh, I wish you could smell this. I could stop here, but the recipe is called Kicked Up Olives. This is not in the recipe, but I'm telling you, one little splash of our friend Titos right here, it's gonna take these to another level. Just a splash is all you need. Now let me show you how I like to serve these up. Just let me give it a taste test before the party starts. You can really taste that orange peel, but just in the background with all this fresh rosemary. Where's the vodka? How did I do? I mean, don't you want to come to my party? Now you know, when it comes to the perfect happy hour and fall party food, you can cook that. Happy fall, y'all. Now you know, when it comes to the perfect happy hour with fun fall party food.